So a few months ago, I made this video talking about the use of virtual reality during a trial, and what they did was recreate what happened using 3D models and then use VR headsets to show people what it would be like if they were actually there during the crime. Pretty cool concept, something you'd see like on a Black Mirror episode, but far from being the standard of what happens during someone's trial. But now someone has taken all that nonsense and taken it a step further. So back in 2021, during a road rage incident in Arizona, this man decided that a gun was the best way to solve his problems and ended the life of this gentleman after they both stopped at a red light and started arguing. Now normally this would get handled like any other murder. They talk to witnesses, people who are involved, and try to piece things together so that they can take this to trial and hopefully get the person responsible put in jail. Someone they obviously can't talk to though is the person who died. Until now! So 2 days ago during the trial of this very case, it says family uses AI to create video for deadly Chandler road rage victim's own impact statement. And basically an impact statement is when one of the people affected by whatever crime took place tells how it affected their life. Something this guy obviously can't do anymore. But it says Christopher Peckley was killed in a road rage incident in Chandler in 2021, but last month artificial intelligence brought him back to life during his killer's sentencing hearing. It was the first time in Arizona judicial history, and possibly nationwide, that AI has been used to create a deceased victim's own impact statement. Now, I don't think this is something they should be bragging about, especially after I show you what they made. Like, I'll be honest with you, if I was the dude who was on trial and they bust out this AI video trying to get sympathy from the jury, I'd bust out my own video of that dude saying every slur word that's possible. I'd be like, see? Maybe I did a few of you guys some favors. You know how many N-words you just dropped right now? And what makes this that much more ridiculous is that they didn't even get a quote-unquote AI expert to make all this. It says Peckley's sister and brother-in-law used the technology to recreate his image and voice likeness to talk to the courtroom about his life and the day he met Gabriel Paul Horcasitas, who shot him during a confrontation.
Chris Pelkey was shot and killed in a road rage incident. This happened in the fall of 2021. The shooter was just sentenced this month. But ahead of that sentencing, an AI-generated version of Chris Pelkey gave a victim statement. His family endured a grueling legal process, 2 trials over 3.5 years. Last week, Gabriel Horcasitas was convicted of manslaughter. As a tech-forward family, Stacy and her husband Tim worked regularly with artificial intelligence. So Stacy suggested letting AI generate a victim statement directly from the victim.
It became so real that I broke down in tears.
Tim prompted AI with old video, audio, and a good photo of their brother. It took a few days. Their victim rights attorney, Jessica Gattuso, was reluctant at first.
Our law in Arizona says that victims can give their victim impact statement they have the discretion to choose how they give their victim impact statement, and this is how they chose to do so. So yes, it's absolutely legal.
Here's Chris in a real recording before his death.
Just like Jesus says, love God and love people.
And here's the AI version, forgiving the shooter, scripted by Stacy.
It is a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances. In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have, and I still do.
I love that AI. Thank you.
Now, don't get me wrong, that guy deserves jail time, but there was already more than enough evidence for him to get sentenced to where they did not need to make this. Imagine dying and then your family makes a video of you saying that you'd be friends with the guy who killed you. I understand what they're doing, but unless it's the guy saying it himself, then it's just fucking weird. What's even weirder is how the judge's mouth doesn't match up with what he says at all.
I love that AI. Thank you.
He opened and closed his mouth 3 times, and I'm supposed to believe a sentence came out of that? But thankfully, after asking for a 9.5-year sentence, the judge, who talks like a dubbed-over anime episode, gave him a 10.5-year sentence. And considering the age this guy looks, his life is over. He's gonna come out of jail more confused about the technology we have, more so than he already does. I mean, look, he can't even look into a camera correctly. Dude's looking directly at the flash. But I just want to be clear, I'm not making fun of the guy who died. I'm making fun of the family thinking that this is okay, and the people part of this trial who thought this was touching. This is fucking creepy because none of what he said was his own words. This shouldn't even be allowed in court because other people are telling it what to say. It's not like they got a bunch of his voice clips and let the AI analyze it so it can perfectly replicate his voice. Have this be on the record for my mom who watches every one of my videos. Don't comment, because then people are going to be like, this is your mom? No, don't comment. But don't AI generate me after I get murdered. Have Matt and Trey make me a South Park character and do it that way. This is like that one Nathan For You episode where they show that kid his dog died.
So sorry I died. I miss you so much.
But apparently the Chief Justice of the Arizona Supreme Court had a bunch of words to say about this. I mean, look at, she said a but, there's a for, there's even a has. But she said, we are excited about AI's potential, but AI can also hinder or even append justice if inappropriately used. And for those who don't know what append means, it basically means messing things up or turning things upside down. And I'm sure after seeing this and how it, I guess, worked, more people are going to try to do this. I feel like the guy getting out of his car and shooting this other guy at point blank range was more than enough. But let's just see what the future holds. Soon we're not even going to need a jury. It's going to be just AIs that either don't or do like what you have to say. Like I said, Black Mirror episode, hit me up, Charlie Brooker. Or Rick and Morty episode, hit me up. Not the Dan Harmon. Until tomorrow though, peace. You think I can wait here until the 8-minute mark? Until it hits 8 minutes so I can get that mid-roll ad? You'll know if you get a mid-roll ad.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.